Plaintiff Jasmine Anderson says she and the defendant were good friends until she started dating her boyfriend right after he got out of jail. Jasmine claims the defendant's boyfriend was always putting her down, and she believes he was using the defendant. Jasmine is suing for unpaid rent. Defendant Naya Ashton admits that she and Jasmine were good friends, but says while living together, Jasmine started distancing herself because she didn't want Naya's boyfriend around. Naya claims Jasmine is suing for more than she owes.
Start with you.
Me and Naya were high school friends. We went to school together, elementary, and we were very close. We used to get our nails and toes done together, tattoos, until she started dating her boyfriend in December. And that's about the time he got out of jail, and he put a huge gap in between us. We stopped talking to each other on cell phones and everything. Every time
How do you attribute it to him?
I really didn't try to talk to him as much because he wasn't my boyfriend, so I would try to come to her and be like, hey, you know, I see that he's gotten you kind of down. What's going on?
Down how?
As far as payment-wise, she was giving him her phone. She was letting him use her money. She told me that once she got paid, she would always give him his paycheck, her paycheck. I noticed that he always started driving her car, always would drop her off to work. I remember one time she came home and she was like, he got into a car crash in my car, and she wasn't able to get it fixed because he wasn't on her insurance. After that, we started, everything I seen, me and her mom started talking about the situation of how he started putting her down and she was just not a happy person anymore. So that really bothered me, and I tried to talk to her time to time, even offered to do her hair because I seen that, you know, she wasn't her normal self. And
were you all roommates at that time?
Well, me and her were on the lease agreement, and he was her boyfriend, so I allowed them, you know, to him to live there because she was paying half as well as I was.
So that's when you were observing all these things?
Yes, sir.
Let me hear from you.
Well, as she said, we were very close. We did everything together. We graduated together. And she started to get a little iffy with me when my boyfriend started to come there, as she said. And
you moved him in?
I didn't move him in. He was staying there like several nights. He didn't move in. He was just staying there several nights, and then eventually, yes, he did.
How often was he staying there?
At first, it was every other day, and then it started being every day.
So he was living with you. You moved him in, unless he broke in.
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Did it go as she said? Your boyfriend was manipulating you?
No, that is not true. I don't know really why we stopped talking. It just seemed like she didn't want him there, so she started being different towards me.
You all never discussed it?
No, Your Honor, she never wanted to talk to me at all. I tried to reach out to her as well as her mom. I had meetings with her mom to like, hey, I've tried to reach out to Naya about what's going on. She's not talking to me. What can we do as a team together? And we even tried talking to her and nothing ever worked. It just went out to one ear.
Not about my boyfriend's situation or anything with that. She always tried to...
Your mother has her hand up. You want her to speak?
Sure.
Let's come on up. State your name.
My name is Dina Ashton. Like Jasmine said, she did text me and let me know the issue with the boyfriend. That's why he had left.
What did she say the issue was?
That the boyfriend was there all the time.
Okay.
So I talked to Naya because I believe whether you're my child, if right or wrong, I'm gonna address it to you. So I let her know that, hey, with you guys being roommates, you guys been working it out before then, you know, you need to let him go back to where he was. So that's the reason why he had moved out.
Plaintiff Jasmine Anderson was friends with the defendant, but she claims the defendant's boyfriend drove a wedge between them because he mistreated the defendant.
Let's get to the rent you're suing her for.
I'm suing her for $1,318.
When did you all move in together?
May 2013, and our lease wasn't supposed to end until June 28th of 2014.
Okay. And the payment amount?
Was $329.50 a piece, which equals to $659 even.
What months did she fail to pay?
She missed March, April, May, and June. And I have my payment statement as well as the lease.
You paid them?
Yes, sir. I was the only one paying at that time. And it was notified to me on April 17th that she hadn't been making payments on her rent. And so they wanted me to basically pick up the slack. And around that time, I was in a financial bind as well, so I wasn't unable to. So I received an eviction notice on June 3rd saying, hey, you need to move out. You have an outstanding balance, and we need this paid. I left the apartments June 13th, and I have that balance on my credit, and I'm unable to move at all.
Okay. What do you have there you wanted to show me?
I have our lease agreement.
You said something about payment history.
And the payment history.
That's what I need to see. Ma'am?
I only owe for just 2 months because I paid in April. I paid everything up until April. The only months that I did not pay were the last 2 months, which is May and June.
And you paid $329.50 each of those months.
Yes.
All right. You have any evidence? Because
Yes,
she
I
has
do,
evidence
and,
that she paid.
This is only partial of it because the management for the apartments had changed like twice, so they didn't have any of the copies except for this one. Because I always paid partial payments.
Okay. And this is $180. What was that toward?
April. I do 2 money orders to equal $360. So the other ones they did not have because of the change.
How many did they not have?
They didn't have any of the rest of them.
How many is that?
However many.
Okay. See, you don't even know. However many, right. She has very clear and concise records. All you provide me is a copy of a $180 money order. So I'm going to give her her judgment. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you. It's really no beef. I just really wanted my money so that I can move and my son can have a room. Me and my boyfriend have been living with his mom, and we've been trying to start a family. So it's been kind of hard with that on my credit. So, I mean, I don't even see her anymore, so she hasn't been a concern. I just really want that off my credit so I can move, that's all.
It is what it is. I don't have nothing to say.
We would like for them to continue to be friends because she has a small child that we were always involved with. So it doesn't make sense for this little situation to cause him to not even just speak.